Good evening, friends, followers and channel members. Happy Sunday. Oh, how nice it is to return back to our iconic journeys. And this is series number 2. We're in Australia. We're following Highway 1. It has been, I can't remember how long it's been since our last stream of this series. It's a shame when real life gets in the way, isn't it? But we're back tonight and looking forward to another flight where we're just sit back, relaxing, chilling. The perfect way to end the week. So go ahead, grab a beer. If you want to fly right along, then we are on the North Europe server. Obviously, anyone is welcome. We are currently at Houlton, which is, for anyone looking to search for that in Microsoft Flight Simulator, it is Yankee Hotel Papa Echo, the ICO code, yeah. So, really looking forward to it. Was it the 23rd of October? My God, my Sundays, well, not just my Sundays, my weekends in general, have just been insane, obviously, since then. So welcome on board, everyone. Hey, Ned's on Twitch as well. On YouTube, hey to Florian, David, and Ned's also on YouTube as well. Evening. Wasremark has had a crash to the desktop. Hopefully we're back shortly. Raf100, hello. Hey, Dark Eastbirds, Marcel, LA Kids, and Leo25 is here. Arthur is here as well. Yeah, Eastbirds, the casino is closed. I can't fit one of those on our aircraft, so tonight's all about just relaxing, chilling, the perfect way to end our end a week. We are not quite on live time. The sun was just starting to rise. It was below the horizon, but a bit too dark to do a nice VFR stream. So I have just skipped the time of the sim forward by a little bit. Hey, Julie Chalmite, good to see you. Hey, Pack Andrew. But yeah, obviously, I would imagine if we can get more of these Sunday night streams in, then the further we head out towards the East Coast, we might be able to actually come in on live time as well. But we are on live weather, which is presumably why my wing's waving in the air. Right, well, without further ado, let's let's get on board and fly away, shall we? Just get rid of the old text there. Let's go. Julie Chalmart, what's the name of the group flight app again? No app, we're just on Microsoft Flight Simulator and on the multiplayer section. So multiplayer is turned on in the options, and we're on the North Europe server. So let's see exactly where on earth we are. Let's bring up Google Maps, find out what's happening. So we are here at Houlton, and what looks like the most abandoned airfield in the world. In fact, has this even got any information on it? Nope. Okay. Well, I'm currently parked somewhere around here. We're going to take off, and I thought what we'd do instead of following the road, because Highway 1 is actually quite far north. Yeah, here we go. We took quite a detour to get to Houlton, to where we've spent the last 6 weeks by the sounds of things. So we're going to take off, and if we fly northeast, my plan, or maybe northeast, my plan will be to try and spot the stunning pink lake. That is actually what it's called, a stunning pink lake, a swimming lake. Clearly whatever minerals are around make it pink, and where from that point on, that should be pretty easy to spot, shouldn't it? So yeah, let's let's try and spot that. From there, then again we can just continue, and we'll be able to pick up Highway 1. That is the plan. So anyone who's with us, let's go. Which way am I facing? I'm facing east at the moment, so let's take off any old direction. No rules tonight, absolutely not at all. We're not following anything specific with regards to that, so we just want to get airborne and have a good time, really. I love the low sun, the rising sun. The shadows that it casts are phenomenal. Eastbirds, you currently restart the sim after installing all kinds of stuff again. Oh dear. How do I find these places? It's literally, we do about an hour's flying and land. We've landed in some guy's field before now. Hey Richard, good evening to you as well. Phil, no, you're not too late, Phil. You have plenty of time. If you want to take off from, I think it's Ravensthorpe Airfield, just north of us, that's a good idea. Andrew, we've got ATC, we're not on VATSIM, my friend. God, can you imagine this on VATSIM? They'd absolutely, they'd boot us off. Walloped all the way. So we'll take off, head north-northeast, and then we'll cruise along at a nice about 2,000 feet, as always. Once I've got us happy, airborne and trimmed out, we'll go to the external view. Right, so that's east, and we want... I reckon we should be able to spot that pink lake if we stay on sort of like a heading of around 040. There we go, that'll do. Let's just climb out, and then we'll try and spot that nice pink lake. So yeah, couldn't ever possibly do this stream on VATSIM. It would be... well, it'd be insane, wouldn't it? It'd be absolute chaos. Hey Felix, good morning to you. Hope you're well. How do you change the server? If you press the escape key and then click on your name in the top right hand corner, it'll give you the option then to change servers. Paul, roughly where in Australia are we? So we are, hang on, just quickly show you this. Right, so we've just taken off from here. We're now flying north-northeast. We are there, Houlton. Hope that helps you. So we've got a long way to go before we end up anywhere near Sydney. A long way to go. Yeah, Ravensthorpe Airfield is a good place to spawn in if you're a little bit late and want to come and join us. Oh man, good morning Australia. So I want to get up to about 2,000 feet and then all should be well. I've just pulled the last remaining flaps up as well, so we'll probably just start to level off a little bit as well. Eastbirds, you're going to follow along in the Spitfire. My office is absolutely freezing. It's been cold today in the UK. It's been cold in the UK for the last couple of days. It was even colder last night around 9 PM. Oh, Harry Kane, why did you take the second penalty? We all knew that was a bad idea. Felix, you wait for the day when we fly over your house. Are you anywhere near Highway 1? Is that a possibility? Ah, it just looks gorgeous, that, doesn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. What a time of day to fly. Hey, Jonas. Keep your eye out for that pink lake. I'm hoping, even if we somehow miss the pink lake, we should easily spot Highway 1. It's like the only main road around. Phil McDougall says, yeah, too much pressure on him. Most goals for England. If it went in, someone else should have taken it. Oh, that's exactly what I said to my lad when we were watching it. Like, when we got that second penalty, wow. No, Kane, don't do this. Not only that, you've got all that pressure on you because of what the occasion is, and you're against one of your best mates in goal. Just, you've got one past him. That's enough. Andrew, no, this is the Diamond DV20 that I'm flying in. Right, let's level her off. And go pink lake spotting. Pink lake spotting? Of course, this time next week, well, hopefully a little bit earlier than this time next week, but we'll have spent the full day flying to Lapland and back with our amazing giveaway stream for our Christmas special. Really looking forward to that. It will also be the first time I have ever done a stream of that nature, a full-day stream on a Sunday. I don't do weekend streams, so who knows? We may introduce ourselves to some new followers of the channel. Oh, Felix, you do live quite close to it. That's great news. Right. Well, I would hope that spotting a bright pink lake in this environment should actually be quite easy. There's nothing else much of anything down there. Just check we are on target kind of thing. There we go. Looks alright. Dark, yeah, we will be in the new Christmas livery as well. I might say, I was thinking, when should we unveil that? We should probably unveil that a week today for the special flight. So look forward to seeing that. Now I'm on live weather. I'm just going to look out which way the wind's blowing. It doesn't look to be blowing us too much off course. Right, I think, is that Ravensthorpe airfield down there? Yeah, it has to be. So there's Ravensthorpe just there. So our pink lake has got to be over here somewhere. Yeah, there's Ravensthorpe. So it has one concrete asphalt runway, whatever it is, and then a grass strip that dissects it. Andrew Diamond DV20, nice. My favourite aircraft magic. It's just so easy to fly. I think for a stream like this, you just want to sit back, relax, and let the aircraft sort itself out. Then, yeah, absolutely, great stream, great aircraft. Actually, see this little river here? I think that the lake, the stunning pink lake, isn't too far away from it. In fact, I'm betting this is it just here. I think we can already see it. Hey, Christian Summer, good to see you as well. Dark says there's plenty of issues with the Phoenix and the icing. You might have to get the balloon out. I need to remember to turn off icing in the sim. Yeah, lots of people reporting issues with that. So if you are flying the Phoenix, disable the icing effect in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Otherwise, you could find yourself, after a really nice flight, just losing it in the final few feet before touching down at your destination. Christian Sama, good evening. SE Ren, hey, I'm good, thank you. I'm cold, but that's because I've not had the heater on in the office all day. Andrew, you love the tail fin on the back. Yeah, Dark Fury again doing a wonderful job of our EasyJet little livery. Think of it as kind of like a private EasyJet aircraft. Love the reflection on the propellers. Don't know if I recall seeing that before. How amazing is that? Ginger Ninja, good evening, sir. Oh, that's definitely our pink lake, isn't it? Wind has got us banking slightly. Hey, Paul Phipps says, welcome to Australia. You're on the east coast near Sydney. Your country is a beautiful place to fly around. I tell you what, Paul, it's a bloody big place to fly around. You know, we'll probably do an hour's flight now, and we'll hardly get anywhere. We'll still be in the same area. Guess when you compare it to the UK, where every 5 miles there's a different town and city, overloaded with cars, underwhelmed with schools. So how many of you are flying alongside us today? I noticed when I was on the ground, I could see lights, but I couldn't always see the aircraft. Like there's just a little UFO there, a little green LED zipping around. It's a bit weird. Strange, isn't it, that? Yeah, Microsoft Flight Sim does this occasionally. I'm not sure why. Ginger, it's a continent, not a country. that's Australasia, Ginger. But it's certainly big enough to be a continent all on its own. Phil, maybe that is the Spitfire, yeah. Daniel, you're the green LED. Right, yep, that is most certainly the pink lake. Hoverboard on Twitch, hi everyone, good to see you. Right, and then Highway 1 is literally just a little north of it. I loaded it to do this stream. I got multiplayer on. I loaded it, and by mistake, I loaded it in the A320. That would have been interesting. Trying to get the Phoenix off, a Phoenix A320 off that little airstrip. It is nice that we're able to use live weather. There's a couple of times, of course, when we've been in on the stream, and live weather's just been so poor, and we've not been able to use it. Today, however, gorgeous. A beautiful dawn over Australia. As we are now flying over, just go and Google Maps this, stunning pink, literally the stunning pink lake. It's in Western Australia, I think. Flights, what a game the French-England was. It was a great game. Would have been better if we'd have won. Bacchus says he would have loved to have won alongside us, but it's literally just finished Edinburgh to Belfast and a cup of tea was in order. Oh well, can't argue with that. Hoverboard, what's the route? Highway 1. That is the route. There's and anything else that piques our interest. That is the beauty of our stream on a Sunday evening. We have no route. Slowly, week by week, edging our way towards Sydney from the west coast of Australia. So what do you reckon? Anyone fancy going for a swim in that? It does have a 5-star review that says 10 out of 10 for stunning, 0 out of 10 for swimming. A bubblegum pink lake. Nagy, yeah, just the one 5-star review. Well, I mean, Australia is a pretty big place. There's probably only one person who lives near it. Hey Greg! Well, there it is. There's our stunning pink lake, which is apparently wonderful to view, but awful to actually swim in. Right, and I think Highway 1 is just up here. There's a business located around here called Rabbit Proof Fence. Do you reckon that's all they make? Paul, maybe you should have used the floating beaver and landed in the pink lake. Oh wait, it's a dry lake. It's good that the satellite imagery has picked it up though, but to be honest, I'd have been very disappointed if it hadn't, given the quality we've come to expect from the visuals in Microsoft Flight Simulator. You'd have expected that that would indeed be there. And here then is Highway 1. So we can now pick that up again. The South Coast Highway. It's nowhere near the bloody coast. The coast's miles away. It's all the way down there. I don't know what's this little place called? I don't know if it's got a name or anything. Apparently there's a little village which consists of maybe a house or two just behind me called Jeddah, if I'm saying that correctly. Texture quality looks good though. Mind you, Australia's had that. I keep forgetting Australia's had the World Update now, hasn't it? SC says a trip around Australia is literally one of his dreams. Hope to be able to achieve it one day. I reckon that's the kind of trip you don't want to take your kids on. Tilted Blunder on Twitch, those graphics, I know, they are stunning, aren't they? Yeah, so that rabbit-proof fence is located just there, I think. Might be just there. I'd love to know what that is. It's not shown on the sim. I think we're flying a bit higher than we normally are, but that's okay. We've got a lot to take it. Oh, we're nearly at 5,000 feet. That's okay. That's okay. It means we can see further. We're also travelling a little bit faster as well. Well, I see, when you're only 16, yeah, you've definitely got time to do it. Hopefully without the kids. At least I would hope so. Right, that's it. That's the. So we've now picked up the South Coast Highway, or Highway 1. I'm just skipping forward. I love that Google tells me that currently there is light traffic in this area. Well, I'm betting that is indeed the case, because it's about 6 AM here? And it's not exactly the most populated area in the world, this, is it? God, it's so flat! I mean, literally, it's so flat. Ginger says because he's not an expert, but in these aircraft, when you do VFR, everything is manual route-wise, or also has some autopilot. That all depends on the aircraft. If it's got autopilot, then, I mean, you're probably going to be hard-pressed to find a Cessna 152 with autopilot installed, or something like that. But if it's there, of course you can use it. Who on earth has taken that out? Well, that is the actual definition of low and slow. Unless that's my PC and that's just how the guy who's flying the Spitfire has been rendered. Genius. Andrew says, if I had an engine failure, I could just literally glide the plane down. Oh, you could. No, pop it. If I had an engine failure now, I would not be worried for my life. Not at all. See how we're doing. I want to stop climbing because I want to just keep the airspeed up a little bit. So I'll just trim us out a little bit. There we are. Felix, if you didn't already know, the rabbit-proof fence is quite a famous move here as well. There's a rabbit-proof in the middle of Australia to stop rabbits. Definitely did not know that, Felix. I mean, you're going to know far more than perhaps most of us, being a native to this part of the world. SE Red, good evening to you, thanks for stopping by. Bias173 says, when I think back to all the Microsoft flight sims throughout the years, and now look, just finished a flight in VR 20 years. 20 years ago you'd have broke your arm for what we have now. I know, right? What's going to happen in the next 20 years? Paul Phipps says he's currently running an event on the Microsoft Flight Sim forum, circumnavigating Australia. I'm very happy with the quality of the scenery. Yeah, I mean, I think most places in the sim looks pretty good anyway, but once you've got a world update behind it, it's even better, isn't it? Hey Nick T, how you doing? Hope you're well. Of course, being such a barren area now, I'm trying to locate any kind of landmark that I can find, and I have to be honest, it's pretty difficult. I think I've got a rough idea of where we are actually, just because like this little, well, whatever this is, it looks like some sort of, I was going to say old dried lake bed, but I'm not entirely sure. But this little triangle as well that these roads form make it quite easy to pick out on Google Maps next to me. Andrew says you were in a Cessna once, you had an engine failure, glided down, not even a scratch into Fishburne Airfield. See, this is why planes are better than helicopters. You have an engine failure in a plane, you'll be okay most of the time. Get one in a helicopter, not so much. Wonderful. So what are we? We're about 4,000 feet. That's just a light cloud that we've just flown into. We'll pop back out the other side of it in a moment. So aside from watching the football, has everyone had a good weekend? Enjoyed themselves? Ready for another week ahead? Christmas is slowly looming, isn't it? what's the next thing of interest coming up? The East Neronoke Nature Reserve, I think, is the next sort of icon on the map. Could be down there. Andrew, your backside was like a chewed orange. Well, there's a lovely image to finish the stream and go to bed with. Phil says where he works in sales is the kick-off the week before Christmas. So much stress before a holiday. Yeah, I can imagine that kind of environment, the week leading up to Christmas, sales. It's a huge thing for you guys, isn't it? Absolutely huge thing. Glad I don't work in sales. Moon's still up. Tell you what would be interesting in Australia, doing a nighttime flight, seeing the stars, the constellations, all of which I won't recognise. Not used to seeing them. Okay, so here comes the nature reserve that I mentioned a bit ago, the East Neronoke Nature Reserve. This has no reviews. Not all nature reserves are open to the public, though, are they? So I suppose that's not entirely surprising. I think the most remote nature reserve I've ever had the privilege to see or witness was on our honeymoon. We stopped in Mauritius. We went to Mauritius for our honeymoon. Gorgeous hotel. We went in, it was the end of May we went, start of June, which technically for the Isle of Mauritius was their winter. Not that it was cold, of course, but because it was their winter and sort of out of season for them, the place was so quiet, really, really quiet, so we couldn't have picked a better time. And it was on this little peninsula, so you were kind of like on a hotel campus that rolled out into the Indian Ocean, and you could obviously just stroll into the Indian Ocean, jump in, swim, and 5 feet in, and you're just surrounded by tropical fish. It was beautiful. But out in the distance there was an island, and I forget the name of the island, but it was a nature reserve island. But you could take pedal boats from the hotel and just go and pedal across what felt like bloody miles when we did it, across the Indian Ocean to this nature reserve island. You could sort of beach on it, but then you couldn't go any further. You were, I don't know if it was fenced off, but there were big signs everywhere once you got in, and it was just an island of trees, a nature reserve. And we got there, we stood, and we just looked, and for those of you that have seen the film Castaway, it was very much that kind of feeling. You were just stood on this island, nothing else around, and it was just so peaceful, because you felt like you were the only two people there on Earth. It was amazing. And in my wisdom I said, well, I tell you what, let's get back in the pedalo and let's pedal all the way around this island and then go back to the hotel. We got what I like to imagine was halfway around the island, but probably wasn't even a third. And the sea became very, very choppy. It was no longer a still calm Indian Ocean, and well, my newly wedded wife was like, I think we need to turn back before we get washed away. Yeah, okay, fair enough. But yeah, as nature reserves go, that's probably most certainly the most remote one I've ever been to. So the CBH group, anyone want to assist us on to what that is? I'm presuming it's some sort of chemical farming agricultural industry, I'm guessing. That's what all these buildings are down here anyway. Whoever they are though, they've got a 4.5-star rating. Good people and friendly staff. And that was a year ago. Oh, I think they may be grain harvesters. Google's wonderful, isn't it? So this is, we can just see there's a very small community coming up called Mulling, I can't speak, Munglinnup. I couldn't live in Australia, I can't pronounce half the places. Looks like a golf course though as well, doesn't it? Felix says there are some very remote nature reserves in the middle of Australia. What are they reserving, or what are they protecting and looking after? What lives in the wild besides kangaroos and dingoes? Koalas. There's one thing missing from that golf course, I can see down there. That would be bunkers and water hazards. Can you imagine living here? You get up, you do whatever bit of work you got to do, and then just spend the rest of the day on the golf course. And then at the 19th hole. What a life. If you like golf, that is. If you don't like golf, then I guess you're probably not going to enjoy it quite so much. Ginger Ninja says Amazon orders would take ages to arrive. Yeah, you're not going to get next day delivery, are you? Or same day delivery, as I sometimes have the luxury of having. See, there's another nature reserve down here. That's it, part of it as well. Munglinnup Nature Reserve. Google have called this place East Munglinnup, as though it needed a north, east, south and west. Andrew asks, how's First Officer George? Probably annoyed with me because I can't recall if I fed him his tea or not yet. I want to think I have, but I'm not sure. He's getting a bit clever now in his old age, because I'll feed him, then I'll forget I fed him. And he knows I forgot whether I fed him or not. So he will run, he will sit in his basket and he'll look at me, cocking his head left and right, and a slight whimper, which makes me start to think, have I fed you? This is the moves and the actions you normally give me when I've not fed you, and you're doing them, so I must have not fed you. And there's been several times he's had 2 or 3 teas. Felix says there are lots of little living things out there, you just have to look. I honestly wouldn't know, Felix. Eastbird's your spit is stuttering trying to catch up. Your Spitfire should have no problem catching up my little DV. What's the max speed of the Spitfire? You'll have to dog fight your way down. We are starting to edge, well, you can see for yourself, we're starting to edge closer towards the coast. I'm just wondering when the next kind of airfield is going to emerge. can't see any settlements for miles. So we've passed now Mungling up, as you pronounce it. Oh my word, who comes up with the names of these places? The next sort of like major town settlement area that I can see is well, it's not that major, to be honest. Kumalibigup. Yeah, I definitely couldn't live in Australia. Someone asked me for my address, I'd just be like, nope. So which airport is that, Arthur? Is that Esperance Airport? Oh, hell, that's miles away. I ain't gonna make that tonight. I think we're gonna be bedding down in a farmer's field. We're just gonna have to pick a house and ask if we can spend a week there. Why don't I do some aerobatics? Because I'd probably crash. I wonder if Navigraph has got any airports listed that little airstrips and things. Might have to have a quick cheeky look. So we are 1,500 miles away from Sydney. So just a quick, very, very quick look. We're somewhere over here. Is that? Where's that? Oh, that's Ravensthorpe. Oh yeah, we've passed that. Esperance, which we've just mentioned. Yeah, Ravensthorpe's there. That's just a whole load of nothing, isn't there? A whole load of nothing. Slightly off course, don't want to do that. Yeah, this will be one of those streams where we just end up in a guy's field. Or the Stokes National Park, which is also coming up. Ah, now I think this is a national park you actually can go and enjoy. This has got 3 reviews. If you love fishing and beautiful scenery, go there. Great cheap camping, great barbecues and very clean toilets. Someone else has just put a nice park. Features long beaches, rocky headlands backed by sand dunes and low hills. Very good. There's lots of these like circular things. I don't know what proper name they've got for them, but so, the river coming up. Let me just see if I can find the river, because I've completely lost where we are on the map. Oh, there it is. Right, oh, so actually Stokes National Park, then, is just down here. Well, in fact, this is it. This is Stokes National Park, according to the map. Bob, why don't you check out the nearest page on the GPS? Do you know, Bob, I'd not even thought of doing that. I don't usually consider this kind of aircraft to even have GPS. Do you know what? I think that might be the first other person we've seen in the sim. Hey, truck driver. I bet he's Amazon. Oh no, there's another one. Ah, well. It's getting up and early now. People are starting to go to work. Rudy, thank you for following on Twitch. And Z Flying Gnome. And Flaming War streams as well. Thank you so much on Twitch. Welcome indeed. God, that looks fluorescent, doesn't it? Some algae in that pond. Do you know, I don't even know, I don't use the garments, so I wouldn't even know how to find the nearest oh yeah, I could crash my aircraft while trying to work out how to use this. No, go away. In fact, I think that might be our closest airport, and that's the airport we departed from. We'll leave that. Oh, see, told you I'd get lost. Where am I going? Let's get back on track. At least we've got good company to keep us entertained whilst we try and find somewhere to park our aircraft for the night. Alright, let's get back on course and trim ourselves back out again. Could just park somewhere by the coast, couldn't we? On a rocky outcrop somewhere. Right, there's Highway 1 again. See, there's starting to be some life down here. It's starting to become green again. Not quite as brown as it was behind us. Maybe this area of Australia gets a bit more rain than the rest. It's still just so incredibly flat. I can see a little hillside over there. In fact, if I just bring where's my navigraph gone? Could I close that down? Bring navigraph. Just look at the grid motors here. 29, 24, 25, oh, 34, 26, 33, 35. Yeah, there's just nothing to worry about terrain-wise, is there? There really isn't. Kivo says, seeing as him flying in VFR, it's odd, almost like you've gone and got yourself a funny haircut. I don't know what I'm doing when I'm getting my haircut either. It's been a while since we've done this though. What was the date? Was it? I thought they said it was the 27th of October. The last time we did this. Which is crazy, isn't it? Elliot says, really was flying in Australia more. Kivo, Australia was one of the better world updates. I can't see as any of the world updates have been bad. Sim updates, well, yeah, they've left some things to be desired, haven't they? LA Kid says people in Australia are very welcoming. Good excuse to party if you land next to their house. I could imagine that actually. Yeah, I really could. Now, I think that is the Stokes Inlet camping as part of the Stokes Nature Reserve. See, this is sensible. So we've got a big lake coming up just here that you can see. And you know what? According to Google Maps anyway, It hasn't got a name. If this had been America, like every single tree has got a name. But in Australia, much more sensible. She's like, ah, well, it's a lake. We don't need to name it. Sheila's Lake. Phil says, I can vouch for that. Aussies are awesome for welcoming people. Shrimp on the Barbie Lake. I mean, if you are an Australian, you must get so fed up of those stereotypes. Shrimp on the Barbie. Good day, mate. If I'm being completely honest, I don't think the film Dumb and Dumber did you guys any did you guys any favours. Thank you, Jim Carrey. Okay, so this is Kum Al Bidgo. Kum Al Bidgo, I think. Bob anyway says we tend not to barbecue shrimp. Why would you? Do you know what? Just a nice... I love prawn cocktail. Not quite the same shrimp, but I prefer them cold. Warm prawns. Can't stand warm prawns. Seafood pizza? Love seafood pizza. Don't give me a prawn, right? Just tastes like I'm chomping rudder. Rudder? Rubber. Well, whatever the weather is, I'm guessing the wind's calm, because there's not a single wave of such in that pond down there. Lake, whatever you want to call it. So the next place I've got on the map, really far down here, is a place called Dalyup. Dalyup. Bob says, yeah, we have prawns that are 8 feet long. You're not putting that on my pizza. That is just such a strange sight to behold. John says, yeah, everyone has to understand most of the outback Australia has ancestral Aboriginal names, hence they are hard to pronounce. They absolutely are hard to pronounce. I do get that, John, I do. It's pretty blatantly obvious that these names were not created by John Cook et al. Who arrived. Backer says seafood pizza, you'd not get away with that in Napoli. I like so many different pizzas though. I mean, this is controversial. I like Hawaiian. I don't mind a pineapple on a pizza. Do you know what really winds me up about pizza though now? So many of our streams end up becoming food related. But what really winds me up about pizza is when I was a kid, I always remember being able to have a good meat feast pizza. I have beef, chicken, some kind of steaks, a bit of pepperoni, sausage, that kind of stuff. And they were gorgeous. Do you know what they were not? They were not spicy. So you could have a good meat feast pizza without needing a gallon of water next to you. Now, I don't mind spice, but I don't like, strong, heavy spices. So on the Indian scale, I'm sort of like a korma, maybe a jalfrezi, but that's my limit. And now it is so hard to get a good quality meat feast pizza that isn't full of that tiny, really spicy, mince-like beef. Ugh. No. I just want chewable meat. I don't want my head blown off at the same time. Kivo, pineapples? Yeah, absolutely. Not on my meat feast, of course. But yeah, I don't mind. I like seafood. I love tuna. I love anchovies, but though most places now don't do anchovies because everyone thinks they're disgusting. So if you want anchovies, you have to buy the anchovies separate and throw them on there yourself. So anchovies great, tuna's great, as I've already said. Prawns, yeah, don't like warm prawns. Give me in a seafood salad. I was trying to think what else I'd have. I even like cheese pizza, you know, different flavoured cheeses on a pizza. I'm all for that, that's nice. Bob, what about beetroot on burgers? You know you're in Australia when there's beetroot on your burger. If I saw beetroot on a burger, I'd think someone would, like, just put blood on my burger or chop their finger off whilst creating my meal. Who puts beetroot on a burger? Kivo, anchovies and sardines, yeah, have really fallen out of favour, and I don't understand why. They're just like, if you like salt, if you're a person who loves some salt, then yeah, they're just, it's gorgeous. Yeah, just tiny little salty things. Hey aviationist, good to see you. You join us in the middle of a pizza discussion. Elliot, is that the same people put fruit on pizzas? Depends what kind of fruit, I guess, Elliot. What fruit could you get away with a pizza? I mean, we all know pineapple's on there. I can't think of anything else. I mean, apple? Nah. Orange? No. Kiwi? Maybe. Backer says his son and his mates decided to put chopped and ghost chili on their pizzas. I had to inform them. Hot going in, it's hot coming out. Oh, yeah. Yowza. Hope you've got a B-day. Kivo, isn't tomato a fruit? I think it is, actually. Most people think it's a vegetable. But, yeah, I think you're right. I think that's a fruit. Well, what's that definition again? No. Don't fruit have the seeds inside? Something like that. Oh, right. Are we at Dallyup yet? I'm trying to work out where it is. I've completely lost where we are now. Chatting about pizzas too much. Aviationist says that's his favourite delicacy, pizza. You could have pizza 7 nights a week and not have the same thing twice. Kivo, I think so, right. Oh, Elliot, there you go. Thanks, Elliot. Yeah, anything with a pip or seed internally is a fruit. Does that not make humans a fruit? I am now lost completely, by the way. Well, we'll keep going because we've got some really great things coming up. We've got another pink lake coming up, which, unless I've gone colourblind in the last hour, doesn't look pink. And Lake Warden Nature Reserve. Lake Warden is yellowy orange, and the pink lake is actually blue. That's interesting. At which point, we might as well just carry on because we'll be at Esperance. Is it Esperance? Esperance. And it actually looks like a built-up place. So, we know it's got an airport. Andrew says that my brothers and we made Creations pizzas. Everything that was in the cupboard went on, and yes, tomatoes are a fruit. Bob says Esperance is lovely. I've never heard of it before, Bob. One of the other reasons that I started doing these streams, not only is it a nice way to just sit back and chill on a Sunday night, but was to learn about different places. We learned so much about America when we were doing the last series down I-95. Bob says the Pink Lake is quite well known. Well, we've already passed one. This is a different one. This one doesn't, I have to say, look anywhere near as pink as the last one. In fact, you may as well have called it the turquoise lake, if the satellite imagery is to be believed. Hey, Matt Rasso, how are you doing? Good to see you. Madmacum 55 on Twitch. If you want to get all my settings and graphic settings, stuff like that, then check out my YouTube channel, as I've got videos on there as well, letting you know what everything's set to, etc. Welcome on board, Larry. I seem to be fighting some updrafts here. I want to start that. I want to start my steady descent. I don't want to dive it in, but there we go. On our way down slowly. The town is on the class of the airport, 7 miles north of it. Yeah, I can see it on the map, Arthur. So we'll go for that. We'll fly through the town, and then we'll break off north, get to the airport. In fact, I'm just looking at this. Highway 1 actually turns north, doesn't it? So we'll follow Highway 1 and we'll get straight to the airport. I mean, it's an absolute small airport. Tiny thing. But surely it's got to be integral to the people who live there. Because how on earth do they fly everything in? Where does Amazon get all the stuff to deliver from? Has to be done that way. Funnily enough, if I go on Flight Radar 24, is it the kind of airport that's got scheduled flights to it? Or is it just almost like a private airfield kind of thing? Let's have a quick look. It has flights to Perth, and that is it. Hey, Jet Magic on Twitch says, good evening, thank you for the Winter Ops video on YouTube for the Airbus. As a Boeing boy, this is a massive help. I wouldn't have a clue how to do Winter Ops in a Boeing. You probably have to press about 90 different buttons. Andrew, do I like kebab meat from pizza shops? Yes or no? Yeah, I do. But if I'm honest, I don't have them. Purely because if I'm in a pizza shop, there's only one thing I'm getting. Arthur's got an on-nav approach published. That's it. Fair enough. Bob says, yeah, the Rex Eyes, they're flying with the Saab 340s. Yeah, I can see that. Kiva, what's the correct format to input the slope next to the CRS on the Phoenix? Kiva, we shouldn't need to. Everything's done automatically. Jet Magic, leave my flying tractor alone. Couldn't have put it better myself. Yeah, Kiva, so information like that is automatically in the database, so they don't need entering. With regards to the slope, that's the flight path angle, which they're published on the charts, but again, you don't really need to touch that. Beauty of another beauty of the Airbus, it's all there automatically. Rally Racer, thank you for the Twitch follow. Elliot says kebab meat is on par with dog food for him. Can't do it. I'm trying to think back to the last time I had a kebab. And it was years ago. And I'm talking many years ago. I'm probably 15. Oh, actually. Yeah, okay. I think the last time I had a kebab, I may have been in Benidorm and got home and threw up. That's... That's probably bang in line with Elliot's opinion on him. I've just backed that up for you, Elliot. Right, how far away is this airport? Can't be too far now, I don't think. Rally Racer, which height is max for the VFR flights? Do you know what, Rally? I would have to double check that. I don't fly VFR, so I honestly cannot remember. I reckon Google's going to be your friend there, if I'm being completely honest with you. LA Kids, oh wow, dropping a $20 donation to the channel there. LA, thank you so much. And he says, really enjoying these relaxing Sundays. LA, thank you so much. That is incredibly generous, LA. And really do appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying the relaxing Sunday streams. And I think, if I'm right, LA, did you first join us on one of our Sunday streams? I'm almost certain that's where you met us, flying over America. And you became kind of like our tour guide as well. Right, so Esperance is down here. I came off course a little bit. There's Esperance. Should we? Oh, go on. Let's go and have a quick tour around Esperance. We'll loop the Lake Ward Nature Reserve. See, that's the pink lake. That ain't pink. And yeah, we'll loop our way around, then come back on Highway 1, which is here, and our airport is probably hiding behind this great big cloud just there. So, oh well, we have Endo says it sounds like a line from where you're being served. Andos, hello, welcome back, my Greek friend. And yeah, you've been a member for about 15 months. Yeah, well, yeah, that's probably about the time, wasn't it? Yeah. Incredibly generous, LA, and obviously 15-month membership and a support of the channel has just been amazing. Thank you, LA. Kiva, have I watched the 757 preview video? They've done a great job on that old. Do you know what? If I had to fly any Boeing, I think the 757 would be my go-to one. Eastbird says there's nothing relaxing about trying to keep a Spitfire in formation with a small JA aircraft. Right, well, we're high, so I'm going to start losing some altitude now. We'll have a nice circle round here. See, this is probably the biggest city. Is it classed as a city, town, area that we've seen since we left the west coast of Australia? Oh, I do wish that these had a bit more colour to them, like on the satellite imagery. So this on Google Images is, well, yeah, it's kind of like a mustard colour. So God knows what toxins are in there. Oh, there we go. I think that's a proper golf course. That is full of water hazards. Is that a golf course? It might not be. I think that's actually a nature reserve. It's Windabout Lakes and the Woody Lake Nature Reserve. Eastbirds, it might help if you stop drinking whiskey. That'd do it. But then it wouldn't be a Sunday night drinking stream, would it? Yeah, so Highway 1, if you just have a look, it comes in over here, then comes through here, and it then, I think, goes down. I'm just trying to see where this comes in. So it comes, yeah, it comes between those. There's Highway 1, loops down here, there, and there. It then turns to go north on That's Highway 1, and somewhere up there is our airport that we're going to end tonight's stream on. Andrew says he remembers getting a pizza from a shop, couldn't decide what toppings to have, so you had them all. All? Paid a lot through it, but it was nice. Andrew, when you say all, I can't imagine what that tasted like. So you had, presumably, meat. Just trying to think this through. So you've had meat, seafood, pineapple thrown in with that. That's ridiculous. Is that seriously what you had? Because that's insane if that is indeed what you did. Did it taste nice? Were you drunk? Western Mark, thank you so much for your kind donation. And apparently you are drunk. He says the Sunday flights are the best. Mate, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that and your support of the channel. Glad you're enjoying the Sunday night flights. They have been gone a while, but hopefully get to start bringing them back over the next few weeks. It's just the build up to Christmas. I'm always busy at weekends, but things will hopefully start to calm down, and then they pick up again in February and March time for me. So yeah, it's just the way things fall. But thank you, Western Mark, really kind of you. Of course, there will be no iconic series next Sunday, because by the time we get to this time next Sunday, you'll be fed up of me, because we will have done our Santa flight, which I envisage the stream to be about 8.5 hours long. It's going to be full on next Sunday. Further details in the Discord with regards to our departure times and things like that. But you do not want to miss it. Absolutely don't want to miss it, because the giveaways we've got lined up are insane. We have got dozens of airport giveaways, and not only that, we have got 2 of the newly released TCA packs from Thrustmaster for the Airbus. That's for both Xbox and PC. So really looking forward to giving those away on our Santa flight next week. Eastwood says he's the best on Sunday nights, so I'm drunk. Back yes, you did pineapple with seafood. Yeah, that sounds disgusting, doesn't it? Bob says, looks great. You choose a good place to spend a week or 5. I'm off to work because it's Monday morning there. Bob, of course it is. Yes, of course, Monday morning. Indeed. Well, hopefully you have a great day. Hopefully you have a great week. And it does actually look like a really nice place to spend a few days. So, would be happy enough to spend a week here in real life, I think. Plenty to do. Plenty to do. Andrew says, seriously, was a bit drunk and felt rough for it the next day. I'll bet you did. Hey, Beluga PC, just popping in to say hi, studying for a maths exam. I do not envy you one bit, Beluga. I remember those days. I always felt it easier to study, though, if I was watching Simpsons at the same time. It must have worked. I think I got A star in maths. Back in the days when you got letters and not numbers. Or letters and not numbers. Right, is that the airport? I believe it is. Here we go. That will be our resting place for this week. Esperance Airport. Now we'll do what all good G8 pilots do when they've got absolutely no idea what the weather is. We'll loop down over it and see if we can find a windsock. The reflection of the sun on the glass is actually making that difficult to see. Oh, Arthur, don't ruin it. You can't just Google and get a meta for it. We're going all VFR here. I'm trying to find a windsock. Is that it? Light and variable. Actually, I think we will be coming in on this runway, which looks good to me. So, runway 11. Head for the moon and make a left turn on base. Let's deploy some flaps. There they go. Bit more engine power needed with the extra flap drag. So, question to finish off with then. And now, of course, England are out. Who's everyone supporting in the World Cup? Who's left? Morocco, France, obviously. Who else is left? Croatia. Who's the other one? I'm missing one. Nice long runway for us today anyway. Missed that touchdown zone, I'm not going to be overly concerned. Looks like a narrow runway, this, isn't it? Got a feeling I'm not going to get the Airbus in here. Not legally, anyway. Oh, come on. Down you go, girl. Lovely. Andrew, what's height and current speed, please? No idea. Height 0. AGL. Speed about 60 knots. And when's the next stream? That I don't know. We might get one in tomorrow. We'll be back on our real ops stuff tomorrow if that is the case. Is that meant to be a grass runway? Looks like it, given the signage. Manic, why are you sporting Croatia? Fair enough. Oh, Argentina's the other one, isn't it? Do you know what? There is a part of me that wants Argentina to do well. And being English, I know that's awful to say it. But I think only for Messi. You know, this is going to be his last World Cup. So if he doesn't win it this year, he's never going to win it. Which London Heathrow do I use? Well, given that we're normally flying in the old EasyJet orange colours, I don't use London Heathrow. But if I do, on the rare occasion that I do, I've just got a Zobos in. Yeah, because I got the, is it the Premium Deluxe version that has a handcrafted London Heathrow? So yeah, I use the, I use that version, but I don't visit Heathrow too often. Hey Ben, thank you for the follow. Right, pick your spot. Andrew, can I do a Newcastle to Gibraltar? It's not a real flight, is it? Not in the orange colours anyway. We'll just take up one of the Saab parking spaces. That'll do. Loving that aircraft. Who's flying that? What a livery. What's that? Is it the Hot Wheels? Hot Rod, sorry. Beautiful. Oh, well guys, another week's stream is complete. Another week's gone by. Thank you so much. I hope you have all enjoyed the return of this series. It's going to be a long series, this one. I bet even in a year's time, we might just make it to Sydney. I can't remember how long the last series lasted for, how long that took, but never mind, it doesn't matter, does it? When we've got great scenery, great company, that's all that matters. Huge thanks to everyone who flew alongside us today, and to those of you who have donated as well, a huge thanks for your support of the channel. Really, really very kind of you. And as always, to our EasyJet SimPilot channel members, thank you so much for your continued support. If we get a chance tomorrow, we'll be back with our live streams, but keep an eye on the Discord of that for more information. And of course, make sure next Sunday you are with us for an epic full-day return flight to Lapland and back, celebrating Christmas, of course, and with giveaways galore, so you definitely don't want to miss that one. Have a great Sunday, what's left of it. Of course, if you are in Australia, happy Monday morning. And yeah, I'll look forward to seeing you all on the next one. Thanks so much, guys. Always a pleasure. Love being able to spend this time with an amazing community. Good night, everyone.